Your job is real estate, but your mission is to go home every night.
Are you listening?
Would you hire a lawyer who'd never been in the courtroom? Would you hire a pilot who'd never flown an aircraft? Would you consult a plumber for financial advice?
Yeah.
So why do you take safety advice about your own life safety and personal security from a real estate agent? In this video, I'm going to take 5 of the most popular pieces of advice that are given to you, the real estate agent, in order to keep you safe, and I'm going to tear them apart. I'm going to tell you why they don't work, and I'm going to help you by giving you suggestions on how you can make it work. Now, I've been in the bad day business for about 15 years, now in a part-time capacity, but I'm still actively continuing in it. There are a lot of well-meaning real estate agents out there, but they have no clue what they're talking about. They just keep regurgitating the same old crap that they've seen online for so many years, repackaging it a little bit, and spitting it back out there. Meet at the office. This is the cornerstone of realtor safety, and it is fundamentally flawed. You can meet at the office and still end up in the trunk of a bad guy's car. There's no magic pixie dust that gets bestowed on people when they walk into the office. It's not where you start, it's where you end up. Salisbury, New York, 2014. Female agent met a male prospective client at the office. Left to go view properties where she was sexually assaulted. Greeley, Colorado, 2006. A man using a fake name set an appointment with an agent, met at her office, left to go see property where he robbed her and raped her. Redmond, Washington. Male agent met a male prospective client at a mall, went to go show property where he was murdered. Just because you meet at the office and take a photocopy of a fake ID and fill out a form in which they lie on it, it really doesn't do you any good. It helps the police start their investigation and know where to look for your body, but other than that, it really doesn't do you anything to keep you safe. I'm not interested in trying to figure out what happens after the fact. I'm talking about what happens before anything bad goes down. And that starts at the office or at a Starbucks or wherever you feel comfortable, because that's key number 1. You have to feel comfortable in that environment, and you have to be in control of that environment. Item number 2 is a proper screening. And the best way to do that, both for your business and to help vet out the fakes, and I mean fake people like people lying, trying to hurt you. I don't mean about the buyers who are reluctant to give you information. I'm talking about people who are trying to hurt you. They lie. So the best way to get around that is to have them talk to a lender. The lender is going to be able to pull docs and social and credit reports and be able to figure out things before you will be able to. Because guess what, folks? Fake IDs are real. People lie about their names all the time. More on that in a second. So you do one of those 2 things. You meet in a place that you can control and that you feel comfortable, and then you go through a proper screening process. And you can do that anywhere on the planet. You can do that in a parking lot, well-lit parking lot, obviously with people around. That makes good sense, right? But you can do this anywhere depending on you and your individual strengths and weaknesses. You have to develop a plan that says, I do not meet with and I do not show property to certain people who meet these criteria. And you have to determine that. Every individual agent has to figure out what are the signs, signals, conditions that mean that I will not take a prospective client out with me. Item number 2, check IDs. Hey folks, fake IDs are flooding into this country from China right now. There are news articles about that I'm gonna link down below that shows how bad of a problem this is. These IDs are so good that even law enforcement people can't figure it out. Do you think that you can recognize a fake ID from out of state? You gotta keep in mind why bad guys do things. 1, you have something that they want, and 2, they think they can get away with it. And one of the ways that they try and get away with it is by giving you false information, a fake ID. You make a copy of it all day long. It doesn't belong to them. It might give a picture, but whatever. That's gonna take a little while, and that guy's gonna skip town, or he's gonna get what he wants, and it's not gonna be that big a deal. Maybe they threaten you to the point where you don't go to the police, or you don't go to anybody else. Hey, fake IDs are everywhere. Your kids have them. College kids get them, get into a bar. You don't think a bad guy has a fake ID? Ted Bundy had somewhere in the neighborhood of like 9 different identifications in a whole bunch of different states. Bad guys are smarter than you think. They're not Scooby-Doo criminals out there running around just waiting for a bunch of kids to foil their plans. They have fake IDs and they use them. So here's what you can do. Remember that part about screening your potential clients? Well, that's what you do right here. If you don't know them, you don't have any information on earth about these people other than they reached out and contacted you because they found you on the internet, if that's all you've got to send them to a lender. Oh, but they told you that they already talked to a lender. Great, you give them a call and you talk to them and you figure it out. Don't let them just give you some random phone number. You need to go back and do your homework on this, because if they can't buy a house, then why are you there to begin with? This is your safety and your life we're talking about. Your job is real estate, but your mission is to go home every night. Screen your clients. Number 3, tell someone where you are going. Beverly Carter did that, and she never came home. She was telling her husband where she was going, and it was a place she was familiar with, in a neighborhood, in a street, a house that she was familiar with. She never came home. She was murdered. Telling a friend did not help. It does not help. It gives the police someplace to start their investigation. That's it. Instead of telling someone where you're going, why not ask a colleague or a friend to look over the information that you have? Have them look through the name. Have them look through the file that you're keeping on there. You are keeping a file and taking notes on people, right? Hey, what can they afford? Where do they live? Where are they coming from? Do any of these things make sense? They give you all this information and then they put down the wrong zip code, or they put down a street address that doesn't exist. These are things that you can check on your own, but it really helps to have another person look over and going, hey, so what's going on with these people? Where are they coming from? What are they doing? Because they will be thinking on a different level than you. You're thinking about the next sale, the next commission. They might be thinking, okay, I need to look at this from the lens of, are you going to be okay by meeting these people? Do they make sense? Do they kind of check out? It takes a few seconds, but that's a far better, more effective thing to do than to tell somebody where you are going. So while it's a good idea to keep an itinerary and share that itinerary with anybody, it really does nothing to keep you safe. It helps the investigation afterwards, but it does nothing in advance. I want you to focus in on doing those things in advance that prevent something from happening. So get another set of eyes to look across your file. Number 4, the red file. Using an emergency phrase, a challenge password type of situation is a very, very difficult thing to do. It is very, very difficult to make sure that everyone knows exactly what they are supposed to do when that call comes in. You gotta make the plans very, very simple. You gotta stick to the plan. You have to practice, train until it becomes second nature and unquestionable. When you call back to the office and you ask for the red file, you are hoping that the person on the other end of the phone knows exactly what you're talking about. How comforting would it be if you made that call and you're asking for the red file, and they're like, hold on, they put you on hold. Now you're in a situation that you already don't feel good about, and you're on hold because they don't know what you're talking about. Well, they run around the office, hopefully trying to find someone. Eventually, the broker or somebody gets on the line, and they can maybe try and help you out. Is it too late? Do they know what to do? Are they going to send somebody? Do they know what they're supposed to be doing? Do they need to call the police and have them come in, sirens a-blazing? Or is this just, you know what, I feel a little bit uncomfortable. Could you just, bring it on by? This means that you have a conversation back and forth. And if you think that you can cloak this conversation in front of the bad guy to such a degree that they're not going to catch on that you're trying to reach out for help, you are sadly mistaken. Number 5, bring a friend. Who you bring matters. It matters a lot. Don't bring victim number 2, and don't bring somebody just along for the ride. You have to be able to bring somebody with you that can add something that you don't have. Whether that's a physical presence, whether that's a street awareness and another type of presence, whether it's a cell phone, a weapon, whatever. You need to bring somebody along that's actually going to help you. So your husband is a retired cop. That's great. But he's sitting in the car playing Candy Crush with his head down, and it's going to be a few minutes before he even notices that you're gone, and then he's going to start to wonder, hey, what's going on? Meanwhile, bad thing already happened. Too late. And the bad guys have already snuck out the back door. There are a lot of people who are concealed weapon carriers. I myself am one. But there have been statistics that have shown that sometimes people with a concealed weapon will stay in the fight a little bit longer because they believe they can fight their way out, then leaving. The fix is bring someone along who can actually help and actually provides a benefit to you. Bring somebody along that you feel comfortable and confident with, and that also has an added skill set that can help you should situations start to turn for the worst. Don't leave them in a car, and don't just have them sit in one central location in the house. Have them come with you. Have them, look, you tell them, look, your only job here is to look out for my back. look around, you see anything else that doesn't make any sense, you need to let me know and we're out of here. We don't need some fancy code word or signal word. You just go, hey, and you're out. That's it for right now. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button down below and please, please, please share this with a friend. We have to go on an information campaign and we have to squash that horrible, horrible advice that you are being given and replace it with something that it can actually do. Because the point here is to do small things in your life that make minor adjustments that are easy to do so you can do them on a consistent basis. If you don't do them on a consistent basis, then they're not effective. If you don't do these things all the time, every time, and don't try to get a little bit better every day, every week, every year of your career, then you're just asking for a bad thing to happen. It doesn't mean you have to go around like Jason Bourne all the time and thinking, what's going on? Somebody's trying to kill me. That guy over there looked a little bit funny. Don't live your life like that. Just do some small things to take a precaution, remembering that your job is real estate, but your mission is to go home every night. Thank you for watching. Please share this video. We will see you next time.